Bonjour à tout le monde. It's Friday aujourd'hui, c'est vendredi. We've made it to the weekend. Welcome one, welcome all to another fantastic episode of Just Siri. I'm not alone, apart from the fact that Jesus is with me, the ladies are with me as well. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank God it's Friday, by the way.
Thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday.
I say Fridays are for Faji. Yes.
Is this chair that is doing you, Bookie? Because that's the same thing that Tolu does when she sits on that
Are you
chair.
serious?
Friday, Talawa. Friday. Tolu will sit there bouncing.
Well,
Friday, Talawa, we outside.
I'm not outside, though. I'm very much inside this.
So where
Friday.
did the Faji come from?
Well, maybe I can Faji in my house by myself.
You're speaking it into existence. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen, yeah.
There's still time.
Maybe I can Faji in my house, It's the exact same thing that Dashin can do.
Yeah, well, I thought about going out, but then I thought about staying in, feeling much better than going out. So I will be indoors all through. In fact,
She's announcing a very important news.
Yes.
I will be indoors.
I actually
today
have a
on
Faji.
Friday.
I have a Faji to attend tomorrow, but I'm seriously contemplating. Why? Seriously.
Why?
Okay, you don't...
I just want to rest. I just want to chill at home. I just want to...
And do what? What would your itinerary be
Sleep,
like?
watch a movie, cook something really nice.
Talk to yourself.
Think.
Maybe you should invite me over.
That would be a good idea. That would be a good idea. Oh my goodness.
So relaxation is in, I can get that because it's World Relaxation Day.
It's World Relaxation
Yes,
Day.
it's World Relaxation Day today.
So,
You are mandated and you're well within your rights to embrace relaxation. Not only today, but the entire weekend. And we're in August, so you can also decide to make it a relaxation month for you.
I think it's somewhere in some parts of the world, so why not, go out, step into the beach,
Yeah.
I don't know, just... Even hanging out can be relaxation for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because you get to exercise your body, you dance, you move,
Depending on company.
karaoke, you exercise
Depending on
your
company, depending on the company.
That's key.
Because I
right?
think that, look, you can hang out with everybody.
Yeah.
You can't just hang out with anybody.
You
You know what I'm saying? Like there are some hangouts. You feel it, Abi?
I understand.
There are some hangouts that you don't need to explain the agenda to the people around you. You all just get it. You know exactly what's about to happen, and everybody is okay with it. You right?
Yes.
But actually, I'm doing this because, I'm nodding my head because I feel like I'm trying to understand you guys, but I really don't get.
No.
It's because you are a loner. That's why.
Aren't you one of us?
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not.
If you know, you know.
No, but we're kind of in between. We're more like ambiverts, right? When we want to hang out, when we want to have fun, we make the most of it.
Okay, so what's your perfect idea of hanging out, Dash? Because I'm sure a lot of people would see you and think, oh, Dash is so soft-spoken, she's reserved.
Well, it actually depends. It depends on what I'm in the mood for. It depends on the time. It depends on the season. And it depends on what is available in that moment. And if I feel like doing or going to where is available in that moment. If I want to have fun, it depends. If I want to karaoke, yes. If I want to go roller skating, yes. If I want to go to the beach, fine.
Do you know you haven't said anything to me?
Exactly. You haven't said anything.
I'm just watching you like this.
You're making a list.
But mostly relaxation or having fun is, just being at home, doing chores, cooking something special, watching
For you
a movie.
or for a guest?
Interesting.
For myself now.
Wow.
Well,
Don't bite my head off. Because I'm just trying to find out because...
For myself.
Guys, it's Hot Topics Friday. And you know the drill. We'll be diving straight into the hottest of topics this week. We've saved the best. And if you've been following the stories this week and the trends, there's one story that has morphed into so many, it's like a hydra with so many branches. But still, we have the hottest topics from the week, from a disturbing case of child abuse in Rivers State to an interesting read on At Couples Therapy, plus the unfortunate incident involving reality star Phyna's sister's health. So, we've got a lot to feast on. Ladies, are we ready?
Yes, we do have a lot to feast on, but let's start with putting an end to the wildest story of the week that has happened so far. And of course, it is the Quam 1 with Value Jet and Comfort Emanson with Ibom Air, who they now call Quam 2 as well. We follow the stories all week. We've expressed our opinions on it. We've had also a social justice advocate here to talk about the issue. We brought in a constitutional lawyer to break down the legal side of things. And so today we're taking it to the streets because I'm sure that people out there have a lot more to say about this saga, from the incident to the suspensions to the ambassadorial appointments and whether politics is now flying higher than safety in Nigeria. So here's what people on the street had to say. This is Just Theory on the Street.
For me, I think the best way to correct negligence is to put someone in position of authority in that space so that when he holds accountable, he knows that there's a demand on him. So, for example, if you keep something with a thief and trying to let the thief know that hold this thing for me, we're taking it back. So there's possibility that the thief can't steal it because I'm going to give it back. So making Quam 1 an ambassador to such a thing, for me, I think it's called a responsibility upon him to know that, oh, this wrong that I've done, I have to start preaching for it. So for me, I think Phyna is a good to go in my own perspective.
For me, I will see him as an unworthy ambassador because there are certain things that are expected of people. And what he displayed in the airport the other time as sheer arrogance and intemperate behavior. Like somebody at his level should be able to control his emotions. And law is law. Rules are rules that are expected everybody, wherever you are, to conform and abide with.
I don't buy that idea. I don't buy it. Considering the statue that man is, first of all, what happens is condemnable. It's condemnable. So how can he be rewarded as an ambassador? It's not a good image to we, the coming up young ones.
Personally, I don't think it's a necessary move. I think it's just an evidence of how bad things are gotten in Nigeria, because if you are to look at the two cases, there's a clear sign of a double standard going on, because it is so obvious that you, as long as you are close to anyone up there in government, you can truly get away with anything.
It's politics, basically, because what he did was something that was very, very wrong, and it's not something to be taught to other people. So definitely it was politics.
And I think the federal government and all the agencies have, kind of lay bad precedents, in the way the singer's matter was handled. It's biased. It's unjustifiable. In fact, it is cruel. It is cruel. And wickedness to the poor girl. Is it because she has no money or she's what she was from? The other day, Senator Adams Oshiomhole too created sin there. What happened? Are we now saying that there's a different law for the poor and different law for the rich? So it's a bad precedent, which, in fact, it will be one of the minors of this administration.
Obviously, for me, I think we should know how Nigeria operates. It's obviously, I think it will be very untruthful if one think that the way Kwama will be treated will be equally same with the lady, how the lady will be treated. Of course, Kwama is a very popular person. Aside of that, he knows the big shots, in the society. So by the time he make one or two calls, obviously something go. So definitely how Nigeria runs, which is not the right way. I'm not surprised with what I'm seeing, but it talks about how our government works and also how the law, fits some sect of people and equally again. So obviously that's what is happening in the society, and it's definitely not fair.
So if they want to help, which ambassador? What type of ambassador does he want to do? So I will conclude that Wasiu Ayinde has just been made an unworthy ambassador of the country.
Well, that was Jasiri on the streets, and you've heard what people had to say concerning that particular incident. But it's really sad when, you hear citizens giving up on Nigeria already. Some of them saying, how Nigeria runs. You know how it works. If you do not know anyone in power, then you're done for. And it's quite sad. And,
it's not surprising, actually. The responses, I'm not surprised by the responses from the streets, because it's something that we have accepted. We have adapted to it, and Dashan, like you said, it just suffices for you to know someone up there, and that's all. That umbrella covers you, and that's it. So there's enough nonsense out there that we have accepted as Nigerians that, not today. Even if you just walk out on the streets outside the studio, they say, not today. Why are you surprised? Nothing surprises Nigerians anymore.
Well, now even Comfort herself knows someone or a lot of people up
she
there.
Does?
Because, no, as of now, because I think the latest, I don't know, the latest update was that somebody, gave her free tickets or free trips to
I saw that. I think some businessman or something gave her Qatar and Turkey.
Oh, Turkey.
Yes,
sorry.
so free trip to Qatar and Turkey. I mean, she obviously has to go and relax.
Of course,
but
she'll start with Delta State first. All expense paid.
It's. I mean, we can laugh about these things, but there are so many deeper issues surrounding these two cases. And I almost feel like, where people just take us for jokesters.
Yeah.
You can sleep at night in Nigeria, and the episode that will start the following morning.
And it's an everyday occurrence.
It's an everyday occurrence. It's almost as if we are, no, it's not almost. Nigeria is a continuous sitcom.
Have you seen the comments trailing the fact that she has been tipped to be an ambassador because, according to the streets and Nigerians,
what is good for the goose is good for the gander.
Is good for the gander. And now the French billionaire has offered her free tickets to, like you said, she should probably go and relax. She's been stressed. To Istanbul and to Qatar, Doha. And Nigerians are saying, for you to grow, when God wants to make you greater, it makes you uncomfortable. And then that this is her time. God has been faithful. Maybe she has been praying for something and God has come through for her. It's amazing, the responses on the streets of social media. And that also is a reflection of the kind of people that we are.
But again, how she chooses to use her newly found fame would matter as well.
Well, this is what I say. I think that, apart from when they say to whom much is given, much is expected, I also believe that who you are when you are not nobody is who you will be when you are somebody. Or I believe that money amplifies you.
Yeah.
Status amplifies your character, your personality, and everything about you. So I hope that there will be some sort of, moral compass that she's following to be able to deal with this newfound fame, so to speak. But if we want to go by the persona that she has put forward, even just on her social media, just with 3,000 followers alone, now it's over 21,000 followers in the space of whatever, right? If we want to go by that, I don't know what we will be seeing going forward. I mean, I hope that the incident has humbled her.
Well, she has 41,000 followers now.
41.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
So
influencer right there.
There you go. So tell me why people won't want to bend themselves over and break their backs to blow or to be influencers. And that's why I always, when I have the chance, I say, even corporate organizations make the mistake of making people influencers wrongly, on the wrong grounds, you can't say because someone has trended for something bad or someone just did something and blew, that person becomes an influencer in your eyes. Why do you think this person is worthy to influence your product for you? Why? I don't think we're even asking the right questions. I don't even think that it's a larger conversation that's going to stem up from here. I don't know how she's going to use her newfound fame.
She's a Capricorn as well, so.
Is it? Yeah. Anyways, we'll take a quick break. When we return, we get into hot topics. A shocking video from River State is making rounds. Apparently, spiritual cleansing now involves daylight flogging of children. We'll tell you more on that when we return.
Yep.
It's Hot Topic o'clock, and our first story takes us all the way to River State, Eneka, Port Harcourt, to be precise, where police have reportedly arrested one pastor, Ifedora Joseph, for allegedly flogging 20 children during what he called a spiritual cleansing program. In the disturbing video that surfaced online, we see children, some naked, some half-dressed, all kneeling as they are whipped with palm fronds by the pastor. Now, after the video escalated due to public outcry, the police launched an investigation into it, and the children have been rescued, the pastor arrested, and is under investigation. SP Grace Iringe Koko, the state police PRO, confirmed authorities acted swiftly after the disturbing footage went viral and that investigations are ongoing. Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Police, CP Olugbenga Adepoju, has urged the public to stay calm and report suspicious activity. He also reiterated that the command's commitment to protecting vulnerable groups, most especially children. Also, while speaking after his arrest, Pastor Joseph, who is the head of our Lord Victory Covenant Mission Church in Port Harcourt, claimed he was acting under the instruction of the Holy Spirit and that the ritual had parents' consent. So some parents even showed support at the police station, asserting that the act was a harmless spiritual exercise. And it's interesting to see that this is still happening in 2025.
Oh la la, should we go there?
You say now, should we go there?
No.
We're already there.
I think... When I say should we go there, I was going to say, should we go into talking about things that go on in spiritual homes, churches, wherever, places of worship, of whatever your religion is. It's not the first time. As you were taking us
And it
through,
won't be the last.
No, it can't be the last time. As you were taking us through the details of that, in my head I was saying, who leaked this video? How did it get viral? When you say it went viral, my mind was like, who recorded this thing and how did they let it go viral? Because, I'm asking because if they had known that someone was recording and was going to leak it, they would have done everything to shut the person down or shut that idea down. So I'm thinking, for the person, I want to assume, for the person to have recorded that and released it online, that means that the person also had a problem with what was going on. Spiritual cleansing that has you flogging children, and then
Stripping
you say parents,
them.
I'm not surprised, to be honest.
That it's still happening?
Hearing that parents gave their consent.
No.
You say, okay, let them flog the devil out of the child. Once all you need to do is manipulate things and tell parents, okay, we think that the devil is visiting, or we think that this person is exposed to, and because I don't know whether it's an African thing or an African parental thing. You say, okay, let them go for deliverance. If deliverance means that they start by flogging them, we are quick to even. I'm not even surprised that parents. We're not.
Okay, let me just
to this.
I actually watched the video, extensively, and I saw a point where for every child that was flogged, they would fling the child.
What do you mean, fling the child?
He would literally hold the child, especially the toddlers. There are toddlers there, by the way, some a year old, some not up to 2. Hold the child, flog the child, and fling the child for the other person to catch, right? And then besides that, there was a bowl of blood. He said it was pigeon blood, and they still used it as, to perform the cleansing and everything.
Yes.
But then they knelt down in the cold. I think they poured water on them as well before the flogging, so that the flogging will enter well.
And so
you
that,
understand?
So
now he was
souls.
arrested, and he said that he was under it was the Holy Spirit that told him to do that. And then the parents came, and they were like, we knew what we were doing. We gave our children to him to cleanse them. He did not do anything wrong. They were literally protesting at the police station. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Let him continue what he was doing. So if the parents actually came out to say, we're not pressing charges, he didn't do anything wrong, what happens after that?
Okay, so you know how there are cases where the parent doesn't want to press charges, but the case is taken out of the parent's hand. It's now the state versus.
Well, are we forgetting that tradition and religion has a role to play in this as well?
No. I do know that tradition and religion has a role to play. I think that tradition and religion have supported a lot of crimes.
Yes.
Have supported and I don't know what the word is, but lifted up, glorified, criminal activity, especially against children, especially against children and vulnerable.
That umbrella. They hide under that umbrella.
Thank you. They hide under the umbrella
if the
of
police is
tradition
stepping
and
up
religion.
to do this, I'm actually impressed by this. Because sometimes, whatever umbrella you're standing under, religion, tradition, it doesn't affect the work that the police have to do. The police still have to do their findings, investigations, irrespective of what the parents are clamoring for, are saying, please let this person go, let this person. And listen, it's not only akin to Nigeria, it's within Africa, it's in the outside world. It's not in Utah that we always hear these stories about things like this coming out. Before we continue, let's take some reactions, because I know there are reactions to this story before we quickly go on a break. Poor babies, what kind of madness and wickedness is this? All in the name of deliverance? That's from Supreme Leader. Gloria says, I'd say for all the news publishing platforms, when publishing news involving fake men like this, instead of just putting pastor straight, do it like this instead, in quote, pastor. That way, readers will know the person is fake and you use pastors. So readers will also know that they are.
All right, there's this one that says, those parents who handed their children over to this man to flog out demons should be ashamed. This is pathetic to watch. This is pure evil. It's absolutely unacceptable and shameful. Let's see what the government will do. And then this one says, this is pathetic. What level of child abuse is this? And yet no one has called at the authorities on these cruel fellows. If this has been on for 3 days, why are those capturing this not calling the attention of the vigilante or police for some help at all?
Do they have a government in Rivers State, or have they forgotten that the state doesn't have a legitimate government in place?
I don't see what that really has to do with anything. But about, it's been going on for 3 days, nobody is calling anybody's attention because, again, it's tradition, it's religion, and there's so many things that are allowed under the umbrella of religion, right? But I do agree that when things like this happen and it does call for the attention of whether it's the police or the ministry that looks after, violence against children and things like that, the parents should also be called into question. It's not just, we arrested the pastor. Now the parents of the children are saying, we're the ones that sent our children to go and be delivered. Whatever that deliverance is supposed to be, they should also be called into question as well. It's not just the pastor.
But this actually goes deeper than what we're seeing, the surface.
It's just that we can't really go into
exactly.
it.
So how can you even stop that kind of practice?
It's not. A practice like this has existed for years, for decades. Remember, I don't know if you've come across the white lady that takes in children that have been purported to be witches, especially in the Akwa Ibom area of the country. And she goes around taking in abandoned children. These children, sometimes they're malnourished. They are almost on the verge of just quitting. As in, when I say quitting,
is it the same one that helped one boy?
Yes.
Okay.
So imagine that. That is just an aspect of something like this that has happened. And that woman, she's a foreigner, but she has set up shop here and instituted like an NGO so that she can help children like this. But this one, they say children who have been labeled as witches, who, have killed some, responsible for several deaths in the village, according to what they say. And she has taken them in and made them become something. If you see those children now, sometimes you can't believe it. So what's the difference between that and this one that you say you're sending your children to a church for deliverance? Against deliverance? Why? Deliverance from what?
So when I think I was in a space at some point where I saw one of these preachers, right, flog a particular lady with the palm leaves and palm fronds and everything. And she was just rolling on the floor and shouting and screaming. So it was difficult to even tell if it was, the demons that were shouting and screaming or she was screaming out of pain.
Out of pain. Anyway.
All right, well, I guess with that, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we will continue. Jasiri continues. Stay with us.
This is Hot Topics on Jasiri on a Friday. Let's go to next story. Our next story isn't any good news, unfortunately. So earlier this week, on the 13th of August, reality star Phyna went public with a heartbreaking allegation, claiming that a Dangote Group truck was involved in a crash in Auchi, Edo State, that critically injured her sister, Ruth Otabo, tragically leading to the amputation of her left leg. She also said this accident happened just 6 days after Ruth graduated from Auchi Polytechnic. So in a passionate social media post that same night, Phyna accused the company of attempting to shield the vehicle and driver, claiming that the police were told to remove the truck's license plates and to lock the station's gate. Not too long after her revelations, there was a massive public outcry with notable personalities speaking on her and her sister's behalf, alleging that attempts were made to block access to Ruth Otabo's family.
Well, the following day, that's on the 14th, the Dangote Group issued an official response. And they confirmed that one of their trucks was involved in an accident and pledged full medical support and compensation in line with their welfare policy. And they also said that senior officials and their insurance team reportedly visited Ruth and her family at Irua Specialist Teaching Hospital. Now, the company emphasized its unwavering commitment to Ruth's recovery and extended heartfelt wishes for her full and speedy recovery. But then it appears that, their response did not sit well with Phyna, who also reacted to the statement, saying that she accused the company of disrespect for taking and posting pictures of her family without consent during a hospital visit. She has also demanded appropriate compensation, questioning the company's urgency in addressing the matter. Now, Phyna also highlighted that the bike or truck rider, the bike rider, that's her sister was on top of a bike. So the bike rider is also in critical condition and concludes with a warning to Dangote Group not to manipulate the narrative.
There was a report, I think allegedly, that the truck driver is unlicensed.
Yeah, 24-year-old unlicensed truck driver.
24-year-old unlicensed truck driver.
When I saw the story and I saw Dangote truck, the first thing I thought about was, because I know most people in Lagos, any truck is a Dangote truck because there's a lot of them, moving around and everything. So I had to be sure that it was indeed a Dangote truck. And then when I heard that the driver was unlicensed, and I thought about it, no wonder most of them drive crazy.
Yeah, but would a company like that be that reckless? Or are those details so minute for him to be concerned about?
Because you have
you have supervisors.
Exactly.
You understand? You have people who are in charge of this.
That's it. So people you can't be the one to oversee everything. You have different offices hierarchies, people who should be responsible for that.
Somebody needs to be fired for that.
Exactly. Someone's head needs to roll for this. It's unacceptable. It's something that could have been avoided. But you know this thing with Nigerians, probably someone that said, oh, he doesn't really have, he's my brother. Can you just apply? Let me just help him. Let me just... And if you are, we don't know, and I don't know how often these drivers get trainings. I don't know how often that they're tested. I don't know how often, you know, these checks and balances, because they are the ones on the road, whether we like it or not.
Well, these cheap labor.
Within, you cannot compare a bike man or a motorcycle and the truck. You can't compare.
These drivers, they drive so recklessly on the road. And we know that they've caused so much havoc over the years, right? But do you know what it feels like when you're driving in a Jeep? You feel like you're on top of the world. Not talk of when you're driving a truck. You feel like nothing can stand
you see
against
that anybody can test it.
And so they don't
if we want to be honest with ourselves.
And let's not forget that a lot of them are not supposed to be on the road. I don't mean the drivers, I mean the trucks.
Yes.
A lot of those trucks are also not, they're not road-worthy, so to speak.
So who checks the trucks as well?
I don't know.
And this is the reason why they're allowed to move at night in most states.
Yeah.
Right? And the thing is, apparently after he hit them on the bike, he tried to run away, but he was caught. Yes, he tried to escape. He tried to run away, and then he was caught.
How can you run away with that truck that you're driving? And like you said,
even beside us
on top
here
of the world, they're consuming this sachet alcohol, alcoholic drinks, and then they feel okay, they need it for presence. They need to be, you know, their eye needs to shine when they're driving because they drive at night because roads are freer then. But you climb that monster truck and you feel like you are on top of the world and nothing can touch you.
They drive so fast.
And then they drive so fast,
in a
they don't
split
care, they don't
second,
look at-
this accident would actually happen, or it happens
second.
because, you know, they feel like, oh, when they see me, they will have no choice but to move because
Ouch,
I'm
is
the
not
bigger
that-
car. Do you get? And then
Ouch is not Lagos, where you will say there are a lot more cars on the road. This is Ouch, Edo State. So why couldn't you, where you did go, where be say you can't even say?
Even in Lagos,
But let's not
seconds.
also forget that the bike riders
I
are
know.
also mad.
yes,
They're
let's not
not
forget
okay.
that as well.
They're in the same boat. Oh.
So in this
they're in the
instance
same
now,
boat. Actually,
who
the
is
truck
to
drivers and the bike riders, they're in the same boat.
In this instance now, then, who is to blame? While we know that we don't really have the entire 100% details, but who would be to blame? Yes, bike riders can be mad. They can be saying, okay, let me quickly pass before the truck passes. And let me quickly see if I can make it before. After all, you know, I can maneuver because it's a bike. And then the truck driver is saying, I want to show this person who is king on the road. It's crazy.
I'm sorry, but there was a time when, you know, I don't remember what year, but there was a time when there was this policy that came out that bike riders are required to also have licenses.
And wear helmets.
And wear helmets as well.
Yeah, you are supposed to have
So,
a
but
license.
how many of them have licenses to
How
ride?
many of them
on the
really?
road? How
That's
many?
why when they are passing and they have all those I don't know, monitor those people that your agberos, they have them in all parts of the country.
Those are receipts.
Yes, you drop money and you keep it moving.
But you
are supposed to have a license.
You are supposed to
If you
have licenses.
At least I know in civilized countries,
Yeah.
you have a license that you have a license if you can drive a manual car. It's different from the license you have if you can only drive an automatic car. And then if you can drive, you know, big trucks, there's a different grade of the license that you
Yes.
have.
Yeah.
If you're a bike rider, it's a different license. And if you're a bike rider and you don't have the extra category to be able to drive a car, you should not be seen behind the wheel of a car with a bike license.
Something she talked about where, you know, they end up drinking sachet alcohol, saying they want to stay awake so that they can drive all night. In sane countries, they actually have stops. When you're tired, you park your truck and then you rest so that you can move. And they have timings where you're expected to move on the highway as well.
The decadence in infrastructure in our country is real. In civilized climes, whether it's someone's head would roll, that's number one. there would be huge compensation paid to the victim who is...
There has to be.
Do you know what that means?
There has to be.
Her left leg is amputated and it's high up there.
Right leg was amputated and the left leg is almost like it's. I don't even know if she can walk with that leg. If you had seen the video,
this is a young girl who's just graduated from Polytechnic, a young girl who has her whole life ahead of her, and then this happens, and it's not just her; the whole family is affected.
Yeah.
Everybody has a responsibility to everybody. Honestly, yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
This is the girl.
Phyna said something. She said she's actually, pissed at the Dangote group at the fact that, when they contacted them, one of the supervisors said that he would come and meet them to talk about it and all that, but he went to the police station straight. What did he go there to do? Why didn't he come to meet them in the hospital at first?
It's because, also...
they have to manage the situation.
We had a lawyer
and get
who
the police
sat here
on their side to a certain
You must,
to a certain
there are
extent.
laws, and you must, I think because the ignorance of the knowledge, the ignorance of law, is also a fundamental problem. Once you know the laws and you know your rights, it's not about, because you just involve a lawyer and then from there on, because when you speak to them, the first thing they're going to do is panic and, like Buki said, damage control. You're going to the police to try and sway them to be on your side. Whether they're it does not matter. An accident was had. Your truck was involved. Whether we like it or not.
It's vicarious liability.
It's whether we like it or not. So we need to be aware of the laws and stop reacting on sentiments. This has happened. Institute litigation.
Yeah.
Okay? So you understand that it's a formal thing. It's not about coming to visit my sister in the hospital and take pictures and put... That's not it. It is serious. Look at such a young girl, her future ahead of her. But now, her left... Is it right leg now gone?
The right leg gone.
The right leg
left
has
leg
been
almost
amputated.
gone.
The left leg is almost gone. I hear she's been flown out. Someone said she...
No, I think she would have to be...
She
flown.
might.
Yeah,
So
she might have to
needs
be
to keep
flown out
the other leg,
for further
So
treatment.
let them stop dancing behind red tape and behind, oh, we have to do this, and we have to wait to hear from the supervisor. They have to move with alacrity on this matter.
But do we even know what condition the bike man himself is in?
No one has said anything about it because nobody knows him.
We just heard he's in a critical condition.
We have some reactions very quickly before we go on a break. Before we take the next story, if there are any reactions to the story. I mean, it's going to be heartbreaking anyway, whatever the reaction is. Yvonne says, yesterday, Ruth's life changed forever when Dangote's truck driver crushed her legs, leading to amputation. Now the police want to cover it up. We can't be silent while negligence and corruption destroy lives. Justice must prevail, and my heart is with you, Phyna.
My deepest sympathies go out to unusual Phyna and the Otabo family. No one should ever go through something like this. This is not a matter Dangote himself or the group should remain silent on. A young, promising lady's life is at stake. She should have already been airlifted to a better medical facility, whether in Nigeria or abroad, just as any of us would do for our own family members if the situation were reversed. On this, I agree. Sir, I humbly appeal to you to step in for the sake of God and humanity. That's at Aliko Dangote. The Otabo family cannot carry this burden alone. This young champion needs every possible resource and support to fight for her life.
This Dangote group truck is in police custody in Auchi. Has hit a young girl who just graduated 6 days ago. Now, the driver did not stop. He was chased down by an eyewitness lecturer who went after him. The license plate has been removed. Police are refusing the family and students access. One leg amputated already, and the other one may soon be amputated as well. She is lying in critical condition in hospital. She is the junior sister to Phyna. Whoever owns the truck should own up. Calling on police and the PRO to make sure justice is served, and this is from Kate Henshaw.
This is the thing that also
Please, just hold that thought. Just hold that thought, please. Don't lose it. So Bella Okagwe says, Nigeria's happened again. I haven't found peace since hearing this news. Sleepless nights and a heavy heart weigh on me. It's truly heartbreaking. Heartfelt wishes to Ruth Otabo after the accident. It's incredibly frustrating to hear about the circumstances. surrounding the incident, especially with negligence and attempts to cover it up. And then Dangote and the group are tagged and asked to take full responsibility of the situation. I'm so sorry at unusual. Phyna, I hope justice is served and that you and yours find the strength to get through this difficult time. You're not alone. I'm here for you. I stand with you in seeking justice.
Remember
imagine if
lawyer.
Phyna is not influential, she would have been cheated by the system. So sad.
Remember our lawyer, right? That was on the show. Was it yesterday? Yesterday, right? And he remember after, I think just after, he was saying that there's so many laws that we are not aware of.
Yeah.
That we have to protect citizens, and if you don't know, then you can't also claim your rights, right? So, and this is piggybacking off the comment that there's no need for sentiments. Yes, Dangote, please, you must speak for the sake of God and humanity. It has nothing to do with that. This is a litigation issue, right? It is simple and clear as day. A company struck, has been involved in an accident, almost fatal, near fatal. There has to be compensation. There has to be consequences.
Absolutely.
You know, and it is a simple litigation issue. So whether you have involved police or whatnot, involving police, okay, they will not release the truck. They will not tell you the identity of the truck driver. They will not. All of that doesn't necessarily, well, it does play some, some card in the grand scheme of things, but the evidence is clear to see. The evidence is clear to see.
Well, someone actually posted the driver's picture yesterday.
Yeah,
it was posted.
Well, when Nigerians want to be investigating journalists.
I don't know if we're going for a break or if we can take a quick break before Dashan takes us on a final story. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. This is Just Siri.
All right, so we're winding down. Just Siri.
For the week.
Well, all right. Now, we have a final story, by the way. Our final story tests how far fairness should go in marriage. Imagine this. You're married, you and your partner are doing very well financially, and money is not a problem, right? And then your ex-boyfriend's family falls into poverty. And will you decide to help or not, especially when your husband says no? So a lady reached out to couples therapies, on Instagram handle where couples share their stories. And she said, and I quote, I'm married. I married my husband and he and I are doing very well financially. So in this case, money is not a problem. My ex-boyfriend needs help. I'm not helping him because of him, but because of his mother. His mother is kind to me. We broke up because he cheated. His mother did everything within her power to bring us back, but no, cheating is a deal breaker for me. Now, once I catch you, I'm gone. Coming to my husband, he's against it, but my husband doesn't have a right to tell me what to do. One, I'm not doing it with his money. Secondly, he has established 3 of his exes. Opened a bakery for one, opened a makeup studio for the second, and single-handedly sent the third to university. I've budgeted $50 million for my ex-boyfriend. His siblings are not doing well. They're living in poverty and I'm not happy. I've helped a lot of people in this life, even without telling my husband. I'm only telling my husband this because he is my ex. So it won't look as if I'm secretly having an affair. Please, what do you have to say? If he can establish his exes, why can't I establish mine? So is this compassion? Is it payback? Or is it crossing a marital boundary? Ladies, what do you guys think?
Let's take reactions first.
Let's hear what
Let's take reactions first, guys. Did your husband establish those exes while you were already in his life? If yes, then I see your point. If no, then I don't see why you want to do the same. Well, you are nice, so $50 million for an ex who even cheated on you. You are far too kind, though. Okay? I think you should help him through his mother. Don't do it directly with your ex. Through his mother will be better, and not all the money at once, in case he's careless about it. Also, still talk to your husband. Maybe he will finally see some sense in it, since it's through his mom. Finally, pray about it. Your good deed shouldn't cause you your happiness. Okay. How come you're still communicating with an ex and his family? All things are supposed to have passed away. You and your husband need to work on your emotional attachment issues. Seriously, when it's help, it's help. Whether it's an ex or not, you're doing it because you are kind. It shouldn't be based on because it's your ex and out of the goodness of your heart. Help him secretly, maybe through his mom, if they fear for your husband to find out.
I mean, I don't even understand the genetic story.
Okay.
I mean, I get it. I'm so uninterested in it.
Well,
I almost feel like somebody just decided to test what social media is going to say.
No, I mean,
No, but
I actually
if it
believe
were
that
true-
You
things like
believe that
this.
she budgeted
Yeah.
If
50 million.
if it
You
were
don't think this
true-
is exaggerated?
No, some people have
She
that
said
money.
they have
No,
the
I
money.
know that they have money. I know people have money. I'm just saying.
Okay, so
Like, what are you
I
getting out of it?
if this
What
were
are you getting out of it?
What I think is that she has silently been pissed over
Him
her
establishing the
her
exes.
husband establishing his exes for a while. It's been there latent, just there, resident within. And now it is her chance to do back what the husband may not be like, say, you are just sitting down, you're doing anything, you can't be bolo.
See,
You understand?
Dodoyo.
Yeah.
So now she did say that, you know, she has helped so many people without her husband knowing. So why not help the mom or your ex without your husband knowing? But you had to tell him to
He
spite
say-
him
he means
so that
say
he
they
knows.
pinch am.
Yes, he knows
they
that, oh, you
pinch
don't
am.
do for your own, no, make I do my own.
And
So
then
like-
you do that, setting a trap for him, your body they bite, don't they vibrate. You want to hear what he's going to
Yes.
say. I dare you, fall.
and you're still saying he has no right to stop me.
Yeah, see? And you know, the moment she said he has no right to stop you, I knew that.
Because this is do me, I do you back.
Bam.
Because if you have been helping people without your husband knowing
Exactly.
before, what difference does it
Or
make?
what stops you from
What
telling
makes
you had
this
to.
one different?
What even stops you from telling your husband it's a family friend that you want to help?
Yeah.
Like the mom is like a family friend, someone
Yeah.
you've known for a while.
But the husband tries, Sha. You establish your exes
Three
that way.
exes.
What did they establish them with? Bakery?
Bakery, salon, and you send
They're
one to
very
university.
giving couple, aren't they?
They are a very giving couple, as we are a very giving team here on Just Siri. So this is how we wrap our show for the week. But as we do that, remember it's World Relaxation Day today. So please do well to actually relax after a week like this. Although some of you don't know what it means like to relax.
Massage.
Whatever your weekend holds. Whatever.
Please, wait, I've
Remember
got
to
my
slow down
I've
where
got
you
my
can.
sauce. Thank you.
Pat yourself on the back and just offer yourself some grace. Whether you take a nap or not, or you have a glass of wine or not, or just stop, slow down, and do nothing at all. You've earned it. Thank you for sticking with us this week. We hope to be in your company again on Monday with happier, better stories. Until then, relax well,
Relax,
Goodbye.